Hello and welcome to Module 2 of Bible 355, Introduction to Biblical Interpretation. Going to give you a couple things to think about this week. I hope they help. First off, please read the feedback that you'll get on your first assignment. Now, I have up to 7 days after you submit an assignment to grade it and get you feedback. So typically, I will do that actually on the Saturday after you turn it in. So be prepared to wait a little bit, but maybe when you're finishing up your assignment on Saturday or Sunday, take a look at that. Now, this first week, I'll definitely work hard to get those to you sooner. I'll do my best so that you can look at that a little earlier. But please look at the feedback that I put. It is a shame when students make the same mistake every single week when they could be correcting themselves. So take a look at the feedback. Really, we're going to cover two topics this week. The first one is canonization, which is the process by which we have the books of the Bible in our Bible. Now, there is a different topic of canonization that has to do with saints in the Catholic Church. That's not what we're talking about, though I have had students turn in papers on that topic, though we don't talk about that at all in this lecture. Apparently, they just found resources online or something when they looked up the word. Be clear about which canonization word we are looking at, which is canon. It's a Greek word that stands for rule or measurement. Anyway, you'll write a paper on the canonization of the Bible. The second assignment is one on the diversity and unity that we find in the Bible. Diversity meaning that there are differences in the time frame, the author, various things, but there are also many themes that unify, so that you might have someone 1,000 years earlier writing about a topic in a completely different situation, and then 1,000 years later they're writing about a similar situation with a different genre, maybe even with a different figures of speech, all kinds of different settings, and yet there's something that we can learn together. They're not completely separate situations. They actually have some unity. So I'll show you that here in a moment. In fact, for that assignment, it requires that you turn in a chart. And just like last week, I want to give you a resource to be able to turn that in, since some students have struggled with that. So if you download, you'll find in the announcements and such a place to download this Module 2 chart example. What I've done is I've initiated a chart here that you can replicate. What I found here is a Psalm 103, and I just pasted it right there. Just pick one verse. Don't go too far with it, maybe two at the most. And then 1 John 1:9. That if you don't want to copy and paste the text of the verse, that's fine too. But what you can see here is these both, at least in my opinion, are talking about sin. So there's a similar topic, but they actually have a lot of different things going on as well. They have different authors: David, the Apostle John. They are different genres: poetry, letter, dates, etc. That one thing that would be good to do would be to cite why do you know that this date is the date. So if it comes from a commentary or perhaps even a study Bible or what have you, let me know, where did you get these dates? Anyway, the assignment is to create a 2-page chart. So what you're going to have to do is pick multiple comparisons, 2 at a time, of a chart like this, and make another one. So you might just do one there, and I'm copying it. I go right here and I'll paste another one, and then instead of Psalm here, maybe I'm going to find something that is in Genesis, 1, and so on and so forth, and I would then compare that to something right here. So you go on and keep doing this process until you fill 2 pages. So repeat that. I would pick verses that speak about a specific topic, so that's where they're similar. Maybe you talked about love or faith or trust or grace. Anyway, that should help you get started on your assignment. Then my last word of advice is to not get behind. This week there are 2 assignments, which I know is a lot of work, but you're going to have to get them done, not miss out and be late and get the 10% deduction per day. Also, next week there are 2 assignments. So that's a lot of work. In the next 14 days, you're going to have to do 4 assignments for this class, and they're not easy, I'll be honest. But after that, there is just 1 assignment a week, and I think that you'll find that they are a little more straightforward. So my admonishment to you is to not get behind. These 4 assignments might feel like a lot, and they are a lot, but if you get behind, it will really feel like a weight on your shoulders, and you'll be concerned about your grade moving forward. So I'd suggest that you really hunker down for these next 2 weeks, and I think that you'll find it smooth sailing after that. Thanks a lot.